The United States is literally behind every single failed democracy that exists in the global south.
Hi lovelies, and welcome back to another TikTok video. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Trinidad and this is Ballistic Gist. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. And if you're coming from Belinda Trinidad and you're here, you are most welcome. Thank you so much for joining the family. All right, lovelies, let's get into this video. So lovelies, a lot of things has been happening in Congo. There is a genocide, a silent genocide that is happening in Congo, and people are not saying anything about it. The media is not talking about it until when someone have to, unalive him or herself. That's when people will come out to say something about it. A lot of things have been happening in Congo that we need to actually talk about. Guys, I was able to put up some stage as well as other people that staged this video about things that is happening in Congo and how it's affecting everyone in general, like and how everyone is in contribution of the things that is happening in Congo by using your phones. When you use phones, you will know what I mean. Guys, I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as other stitches I was able to put together. Guys, please leave me your own thought in the comment section, and do not forget that this channel does not support any form of violence. We are just here for educational purposes, guys, and do your girl a huge favor to smash on the subscription button, share this video to get to other agents, and lovelies, let's get into it.
The United States is literally behind every single failed democracy that exists in the global south. Listen to this. Although the people of the Congo have suffered through centuries of exploitation, there was a moment, a fleeting flash of light at the dawn of independence in 1960, when the direction of the nation could have drastically shifted. The country's first democratically elected prime minister, Patrice Lumumba, offered the nation a glimpse of a future in which the Congolese people could determine their own fates, use the nation's resources for the benefit of the masses, and reject the interference of foreign powers that sought to continue exploiting the country's resources. It was a bold, anti-colonial vision that could have altered the course of history in the Congo and across Africa. In short order, Belgium, the United Nations, the United States, and the neo-colonial interests they represented rejected Lumumba's vision, conspired to assassinate him, and propped up a violent dictator, Joseph Mobutu, in his place. For 32 years, Mobutu supported the Western agenda, kept Congo's minerals flowing in their direction, and enriched himself just as egregiously as the colonizers who came before him.
Smartphones are connected to the modern-day enslavement and genocide happening in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Year after year, companies like Apple and Samsung pride themselves on their newest smartphones having extended battery life, that you have to charge them less. The reason for this is because of a mineral called cobalt, which can only be mined in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, specifically a town called Kolwezi. Because of this, and consumerism feeding us this idea that we need a new smartphone every year and we need lots of choices, this also applies to electric vehicles and their rechargeable batteries. People in the Congo who are mining cobalt are experiencing enslavement conditions, child labor, debt bondage, human trafficking, death. Thousands of people are killed daily. Women and children are raped daily. These are the conditions that are a result of mining cobalt, which are connected to the rechargeable batteries in our smartphones. So with the new iPhone 15 being released, I would strongly have you reconsider whether or not you need it. Carry yourself a phone charger where you go. It's not needed.
With the people of Congo going through a silent genocide, I want to remind you, with the new release of the new iPhone, don't buy it. If your phone works perfectly fine, you don't need a new phone. Consumerism has got you guys thinking that you need a new phone every year. Every year. Wake up. Use that phone until it no longer works anymore. If your battery is draining, charge your phone more often. Carry a cable with you. But buying a new phone every year, really? Does that make sense to you? They've got you so deep that you don't even realize, or maybe you do and you just don't care. but there's blood on your hands. From now on, if you keep buying a new phone and you know your phone works perfectly, you're contributing to genocide. Come on, niggas. Come on.
Imagine your people going through a genocide, literal slavery, your children going through slavery, forced to work in mines for minerals you help to build phones, and no one is talking about it while you watch your people suffer and die. So much that you light yourself on fire in order to get the attention of the world. A Congolese man lit himself on fire because we were not listening. Our eyes were not on Congo, the genocide that is happening in Congo. He lit himself on fire and did not even scream once. Babies as young as 4 forced to work in mines for your cell phone that you're holding. People are dying. There's at least like 4 genocides happening right now. Free Congo. Over 9,000 killed in 6 months. Take a guess on what country I'm talking about. Because there's so many. Sudan. Over 9,000 killed in Sudan in 6 months. Over 15,000 killed in Palestine. Colonization and capitalism is killing the people of the world. Like wiping out entire families, killing people. Our world is bleeding. Our world is on fire. The pockets of the 1% are just being padded while they watch as they kill us. And they are killing us. We need to fight back. We need to stop this and free every country and person out there that are being oppressed by colonization and capitalism. Don't look away. That's what they're hoping that we'll do, so they can continue to get away with it like they have for years. But we can see now. We are aware of it now. We can't let this happen.
The phone in your hand that you're watching this with, the tablet you're using, iPad, etc., has been supplied due to the Congo genocide. But before I get there, I want to talk to you about the scramble for Africa. In 1870, Africa was only colonized 10% by Western colonial powers. That increased to 90% by the 1880s, 1890s. This imperialism snatched the economy and the resources from indigenous Africans all over the continent, with the exception of Ethiopia and Liberia. I want to say this one more time. It was a scramble by Western powers to colonize the entire continent, including their resources, their person power, their indigeneity in the 1880s. Do you hear me? To colonize in an entire continent. We hear about the atrocities by King Leopold of Belgium. That's not what we're to talk about. Please look it up though. Congo produces diamonds, gold, tin, etc. But the number one producer of coltan is the Congo. This is important in powering your technology like your cell phones, your tablets, etc. Western powers have backed military coups to keep the Congo in a constant state of economic, political, and socioeconomic turmoil. This country cannot benefit from the mines that they work in from sunup to sundown, children working with their bare hands, taking out coltan from the ground to power phones from Samsung, Apple. And I think this is why this will not be in Western media, and we have to put this in Western media. This boycott will have us not upgrading our phones. Now, I've noticed that I've seen videos about boycott fatigue. And I saw another creator, Mutual, in here, said, what the fuck is that? And I asked, what the fuck is that? We can't afford bread. We can't afford bread. We're the most educated generation in our country. And we can't afford bread. But our government can find $14 billion to send to an apartheid state to commit a genocide against black and brown bodies in Palestine. Our taxpayer dollars, our consumerism is causing children with their bare hands and their regular clothes that should be play clothes and their tennis shoes that should just be tennis shoes in the earth with their bare hands to make nothing, threatened with death, sexual assault. That's it. That's the post.
I just saw a video that was posted 5 days ago that was asking everyone to take a minute of silence for the lost Congolese lives. Because as of 5 days ago or so, the death toll in Congo reached 13 million. 13 million. Now, if you don't know what's happening in Congo right now, Congo's going through a silent genocide. It's a silent genocide because a lot of people don't know about it and it's not being pushed in media. Why is this genocide happening? You guessed it. More resources. See, Congo is rich in many natural resources, one of them being cobalt. And this resource is used for the tech parts in your phones and in your laptops and in other tech devices. The Congolese people are being slaughtered, so then this resource can be extracted and used. If you want to know more information about it, I highly recommend looking into some resources. I'll be posting some from Instagram soon, so stay tuned.
In addition to just general racism, I feel like one of the reasons why we haven't been talking about Congo this whole time is because in the United States, I think that people really have to sit and decide what they're willing or not willing to give up for a cause before they throw themselves into a cause. And I think that the US government ushers us into this and sort of helps us make this decision. Like, it sounds messed up, but I think that there's a genuine conversation here, because what's going on in Congo is that people are being forced to strip their own land of a resource called coltan, which powers our devices in the United States. And this is not like the first year that people have talked about this problem. This has been going on for decades. But I think the point is, when people hear like, oh, I have to give up my electronics, like, oh, I have to give up my Apple products, oh, I have to give up things that make my life easier, I don't know. Like, for a lot of people, the question isn't how can I help? The question is, what do I have to do? What do I have to give up? Not to mention, tech is a multi-billion-dollar industry. That would greatly affect our economy if people cared about this issue. Take Palestine, for example. I don't know if you guys know this, but like, nobody asked us to boycott Starbucks. That was something that we decided to do because of how they chose to respond to their workers' union supporting Palestine. The BDS movement is a Palestinian-led movement, meaning boycott, divest, and sanction. They have a list of companies for both consumers and corporations and businesses to boycott. We have chosen to boycott some of these new ones like Disney, McDonald's, and Starbucks. Those are not on the original list. But notice how the companies that are on the original list are so unknown to so many of the people doing the McDonald's and Starbucks boycott. I think we in the US get involved in things when we have become comfortable with what we are and aren't giving up. Like, McDonald's is not a hard thing to give up. Starbucks is not a hard thing to give up. You know what I mean? But when you've become accustomed to Apple products, for example, to the point where there are some people that literally have chosen to not even get a phone number because they know they will have Apple ID. Do you know what I mean? Getting those people to say, hey, no more. Don't buy any more. Don't get that new phone. All those things, right? It's like, what are you actually willing to give up for the moral code that you say you have? And make no mistake, this was 100% by design. This is in fact how corporations and capitalism works. These companies make themselves irresistible to you so that they can get away with doing whatever they want. That's why Apple is its own system, to the point where photos that go from an Android to an Apple phone change. Things are different in the interface. That is on purpose. Apple has created their own universe. So when you are not a part of that universe, you feel it. You feel it deeply. These companies get larger and larger and larger to make themselves indestructible. Amazon is on the boycott list for the corporations to boycott because they are supporting the apartheid surveillance. But we as consumers could also start boycotting Amazon. We could also get involved in that process. Lord knows there's a list of ethical violations that we could start getting involved with and boycotting them now. But the point is to say that when you've gotten used to Prime, when you have set up that subscribe and save for your diapers, for your whatever, all of a sudden it becomes harder. So make no mistake, this is not me victim blaming. This is not me saying that we have not been duped. We have not been tricked into becoming accustomed to luxuries. But it's to say that we should notice when we are only doing certain things because we are comfortable doing them.
Why his phone is on record on live, just for him to tell people out there that there is something like this happening in Congo, and people are turning eyes, people are turning deaf eyes. People are trying to turn their eyes about things that is happening in Congo. And the worst of it is that this thing has been happening over the years. It's been happening over the years, and nobody knows about it until when the Palestinian and Israel saga began. That is when people now notice that a genocide is also happening in Congo, which is not supposed to be so. Which is not supposed, and funny enough, every single person is even contributing to this, because we all are using our cell phones, we are using iPhones, we are using electronic cars. Do you know that the electronic cars and the iPhones you're using contributed to what is actually happening in Congo right now? That is why a lot of people is advocating. Use your iPhone to the point where it's no longer working. There's no point of buying new phones, because when you keep on buying all of this, you are encouraging them to continue doing this stuff that is happening in Congo. A lot of people are talking about what is happening in Palestine. Yeah, we are all humans. All of these people are human beings, We are all humans. We should all help everyone. We should call a spade a spade. There is no one that is less like a human. We are all human created like God, and no one is less. A lot of things happening in Congo right now. Someone had to set himself on fire last 2 weeks just for him to get the media attention, because no media is sharing what is happening. And this has been happening all over the years. It has been happening long, long before the Palestinian and the Israel people. And we, as people of color, we are also supposed to be advocating for this. We are supposed to be creating awareness for this, not to neglect and all of that. When I saw this on my For You page on TikTok, I was like, are you kidding me right now? I went further to check what is actually happening. Well, that was when I posted the first verses of what was happening, the details and everything on my calendar Stranad. And I got to realize that this copper that being used, a lot of things that are being used to produce all of these luxuries we are enjoying. There are a lot of kids out there suffering so that we can all enjoy this luxury. And this is not making sense. No one is stopping them from maybe trying to bring all of those stuff from Congo to use it to manufacture whatever they want to manufacture. But why are they doing it in the expense of people's life, in the expense of those kids over there? Like, I can't even post it here because it's so disturbing. Why can't they bring workforces, machineries, all of this to do this? Why are they using human workforce? Why can't they use machineries? Like, I can't even think about this. We are enjoying these luxuries. A lot of company making millions of nairas out of this Congo, out of this country. Why the Congo itself is suffering? Why they don't even have a home to live, because all their homes are being demolished just because they're looking for a copper. We are enjoying this luxury, and these people can't even have a home to live. They don't even have water. They don't even have clean water to drink, because they like, seriously, love this. When I saw this on my For You, I was like, so this is still not out there yet. What are they doing about it? What is going on? What is the way forward? What is the way forward? I kept trying to see if there is any new development, but I'm not seeing any. I'm not just seeing any, like, guys, just share this video. Share this video to get to upper audiences, to get to audiences right there. here. Subscribe to this channel for more and for details, for infos about. I really want to know what is actually and what the government and what the society is planning to do about this thing that is happening in Congo. We should not only just depend on what is happening in other places. There are a lot of things happening in Congo, Sudan, and we should all be able to know how to solve all of these problems. It, this should be looked into, guys. Thank you so much for all the love and support so far. Please share this video, subscribe if you've not done that already, leave me your own thoughts in the comment section. And do not forget that this channel does not support any form of violence. We are just here for educational purposes, guys. Like, comment, and I will see you lovelies when I upload my next video. And if you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Don't forget that this channel or page does not support any form of violence. We are just here for educational purposes, guys. So why not share this video, subscribe if you've not done that already, like and leave your thoughts in the comment section. And I will see you lovelies when I upload my next video.